You remember that they're changing my voice. So there's a bunch of jealous people, right? A bunch of jealous Nordic people, a bunch of jealous Jews, a bunch of unhinged, jealous LGBT people. And they're changing the sound of my voice for many reasons. One of the reasons is found in Proverbs 26, verse 7. Verses 7 through 9, we'll say. Like the useless legs of one who is lame is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. So these arrogant people, all these politicians, all these people in their nice restaurants, or a corporation, or their churches, they try to look more normal than other people. They wear maybe Catholic outfits, maybe a suit. They try to look like they have it together more. But the things they say are foolish. What they've committed to is foolish. They're seeking ill-gotten gains. Proverbs 1, they don't know the first thing in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 1. They're not supposed to go after ill-gotten gain. They're not supposed to try to leverage that to seem superior. That's what the devil does, and they are devils because of it. Like the useless legs of one who is lame is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like tying a stone in a sling is the giving of honor to a fool. Like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. See, if all these people want to take away my rights, they use technology trying to put words in my mouth. My speeches come out far worse than they otherwise would, far worse. But they're still far better than everyone else because what they've committed to is pathetic. They've committed to extreme hypocrisy. You have the right wing pretending like they care about July 4th. You have the left wing pretending to care about the poor and individual rights. They lie about everything. We see that the problem is clear here. The major problems that face America aren't in the form of immigrants, Hispanic immigrants, Haitians, Somalians. These things are peanuts. Whatever problems they bring are peanuts. They've deported many of these people, right? I've seen numbers as high as 3 million. A lot of them self-deporting, what have you. And our problems didn't go away. Why didn't our problems go away? Why is dating still ruined? Why is the economy still horrible? Why isn't homelessness changed? Why didn't our problems go away? Even after deporting all these people, there's still 800,000 or so homeless people. Why are these problems still there? Because the main problems in society are also, they just happen to be what in popular culture are the main enemies of Americanism. White supremacy, Jewish supremacy, and LGBT supremacy. Long ago, Americans in the 90s, they'd have a class in public school. Maybe one person, maybe two people would be gay. Other people would be saying things like, no homo, quote unquote. If they did anything that seemed gay at all. And the system made a lot more sense. It wasn't perfect. There's a lot of racists, a lot of jerks. Sometimes they treated gay people unfairly. But they knew that you could not embrace certain cultures, will say, without bringing down everybody. And people are already going down. They're already outside the divine order. They're already hypocrites, etc. But they were making it worse. And they knew that it was stupid to try to create the situation where there's a higher percentage of gays and then to pretend like white supremacy is magically the answer. Everyone knew that was dumb. If someone started acting like Adolf Hitler, after we saw a very obvious and deliberate increase of the homosexual expression, everyone would know that that is stupid. They said that is dumb. That's not the answer. If someone started arguing that you should, pretend that Jews are superior and that you should only have Jewish preachers and celebrities, whether that's what's going on now or not, to some degree it is, everyone would have said that's stupid. This is America, the land of opportunity. Not supposed to be a place where white, Jewish, and LGBT supremacists make a deal and split the pie. Or one of them uses the other two, or two uses the other one, or whatever. That's not supposed to be the situation. And the people who think that that's a good idea also shouldn't be teaching in church. The people who are rolling with that. We see in Revelation 18, it says, come out of her so you won't share in her sins. Proverbs 18:9, one who slackens his work is brother to one who destroys. Those people shouldn't be teaching. In the sense, the Bible is one big proverb. It's one big compilation of Proverbs. It's like the Proverbs represents the whole Bible. And like the useless legs of one who is lame is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. And like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. So the problem is very simple. White, Jewish, and LGBT supremacy is trampling America. That doesn't mean that, that being white by itself is magically bad, or being Jewish by itself is magically bad, or, that you should hate gays or something. That doesn't mean that. But what it does mean is those things in their extreme form, which are obviously coming from, demented people. People who are illogical. They're irrational. They utterly lack reason. Those things in their extreme form, those things in the form that we see, in a form that denies people their constitutional rights, especially when July 4th is tomorrow. It's said to be the 250th anniversary of it. Those things are pure evil. Those things are the enemy of the Constitution. Why did Indiana Jones, famously punch a Nazi across the face? Why are there 380,000 plus churches in America that argue that Judaism is incorrect and Christianity is right, and there was nothing or little to nothing about them that suggested that Jews must leave the church? Why historically did the LGBT community fail to make an argument that is logical in regards to whether or not they should be spreading a gay agenda? Okay, they should not be spreading a gay agenda. They have never been able to successfully argue that that's a good idea. What they should be doing is insisting on justice for everybody. And that's not what they're doing. And it's not just trannies in sports or, child sex changes. Okay, we all know that people are being coerced into having gay expression. And there's a lot of gays in the tech sector, in Hollywood, and entertainment, and the news, and they're working together to try to cover it up. They control social media. Look at Zuckerberg. Looks LGBT-ish. Look at Larry and Sergey. Look like they're influenced by gay nerds. Look at who owns these sites and these media companies. They look like gay Freemasons. If wearing an apron as an old man, as part of a group that expresses itself a certain way, isn't gay, then what the hell is? Then what the hell is? Look at Truman. Is a true man a gay person? Manly P. Hall, he's a sissy. Marilyn Manson, a sissy. Charles Manson, a sissy. That's why it's called, that's why Jacob Rothschild, the Rothschild's name is Rothschild, child. Lady Gaga, Goo Goo Gaga. They put it right there in plain view. And even if these things are all some, unbelievable coincidence, they line up with what we actually see. People don't understand why ver and virtue means man. Instead, they just follow the crowd. And I promise you, the major problem that America faces today, and the world faces today, is Satan operating through white, Jewish, and LGBT supremacy. Thank you.